If you've been feeling like the online business world has been moving at a mile a minute, you're not wrong. What worked for your website and your social media in 2024, it's not gonna cut it in 2026. I'm Jemilla, and today I'm gonna break down the actual trends that are gonna impact your online business this year. I'm covering website design, social media strategy, AI integration, and yes, what you can skip because it's not worth your time or your money. So let's get into it. This is the Hyphenate. Okay, let's talk about website first because your website is not just a digital business card anymore, and it hasn't been for a very long time. Starting with speed optimization, because yes, it was important, but it needs to be even faster, like under 2 seconds faster. If your site takes longer to load than that, I'm sorry, but people are impatient. You could be losing money with every second that gets wasted. One easy thing that you can do that I've just found out is that you can actually switch your image formats to WebP or AVIF. I don't know if that's how you actually pronounce it, but that's something that I've learned, which is pretty cool. Next up, AI personalization. People are using AI a lot more now for their content, their video marketing, but also for their website. Like imagine if your homepage changed based on whether someone's a first-time visitor or a long-term customer, or your buttons, your calls to action adapt based on user behavior. This is happening right now in 2026, but listen, here's my take. For creative entrepreneurs and small business owners, especially who have an online business, you gotta focus on accessibility, starting simple with the basic stuff, because honestly, that AI personalization is nice, it's great, but right now it's fluff. And more than anything, the clarity and the accessibility will be better for your ROI than all the fancy stuff will. Just saying. And let's expand on accessibility a little bit, because now there are laws taking effect, like European Accessibility Act. I'm looking at my notes here. That is taking effect. So now it's becoming a legal requirement to make your website accessible. But it's also a creative advantage. And when you design for accessibility, you make the experience better for everyone. And who doesn't want that? Better color contrast, clearer navigation, structured content, which I will point out is good for AI and traditional search engines. So, another good reason to make sure you structure your content. But more than anything, it helps all your visitors. Next, design that feels human. Okay, no one wants cold, stark minimalism anymore. Even if you're doing minimal, now it's called like expressive minimalism. So it's still clean layouts, but it's warmer. Earth tones, soft, organic shapes, and hand-drawn touches. But on the flip side, dopamine colors are everywhere. I'm sure you've heard of maximalism. Yeah, that's also taking effect in website design as well. Neon pinks, electric blues, neon greens, bold colors. It makes every time someone scrolls a serotonin boost. But choose what works for your brand personality though. If the cold, stark minimalism vibe does work, then go with that. All power to you. But I'm just telling you what's trending in 2026. And let's keep it going. Moving on to social media trends now. In case you didn't know, I'm not just a copywriter, I'm also a social media manager. That is what I do in my day job. So these trends are coming from my professional experience and the research that I've been doing on interwebs, okay? Starting with short form videos. We've been talking about this a lot at my 9 to 5, and I'm going to bring it up here because you need video marketing. If you do not have video marketing, I'm so sorry, but you're already falling behind. 82% of marketers say that video marketing delivers a strong ROI, okay? There's higher brand awareness, there's more leads, there's more traffic. You can have short form videos with TikToks and Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. That's great for reach and awareness, right? But then you can have long form videos like on YouTube, like this one, which are great for establishing your authority, but also nurturing your audience into buyers. And don't tell me you can't afford it. Yes, I have a cool setup. I got a ring light, I got a DJI, I even bought a new camera. Hello, gotta figure out how to use this, but you can use your smartphone. You can just go into a quiet room. That's all you need to get started. So don't make excuses, okay? Okay. Next, the anti-AI backlash. So AI is a big thing in the marketing industry. They want us to use it at work. They really want us to use it at work. And I use AI. It helps, speed things up behind the scenes, but people still want authenticity. They want your authentic voice. They want your authentic personality. Give the people what they want, and what they want is real human connection. So great, create an outline with AI. Oh great, it did it in 2 minutes, amazing. But then go off the cuff and use your own personal vibe and flair and voom to it. Literally all this. You think I scripted this? No, I'm talking like myself because I love this. That's why you're still watching this video. Exactly, and that's why you hit the subscribe button down there and hit the like button and comment what you love about my setup. Is it the ring light? Is it the lighting in the back? Is it this cool jacket? Is it my vibe? Is it this dress? Let me know. Next, moving on to social commerce. I'm sure you've seen an ad on TikTok and you're like, ooh, let me get that dress. Or you saw something on Instagram shopping, you're like, ooh, let me add that to cart, right? People are shopping a lot more on social media. Just take this one Canadian brand, they're called Sundays. They went viral for showing men's reaction using their period simulators. And that one video generated like $250,000 in sales in 1 week. And I'm sure you've seen so many other viral videos. Like there's the really funny ones where men are doing hot Pilates and they're shaking, and all the comments are saying, I love to see these hot men just suffering doing hot Pilates, right? It's not selling a product, but I bet you if a Pilates activewear brand was using those videos as a selling tool, as a marketing tool, they would make so much money. But I also want to say, you don't have to go viral. That is so much pressure for small businesses. You do not need to go viral to make a lot of money, okay? You can start with shoppable posts. You can tag your products in posts. If you have a really strong audience, you can do a live shopping experience and give them exclusive discounts when they show up. So for example, I do a lot of live masterclasses. You can do a free webinar. If people are actually in the webinar, if they stay to the end, you can give them an exclusive discount just for showing up that they couldn't get just by signing up and not showing up. Like if they get the replay, they don't get the exclusive discount. They only get it when they show up. That's an example of doing like a live shopping experience with the exclusive discount. Next, community. You don't want to have just a big community anymore because that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to translate to sales or translate to the kind of results that you want. A lot of people are talking about niche communities right now. It's very specific communities. Like for example, you could create a newsletter if you're like a product brand for, you know, a specific community in Toronto, for example, like Greektown or Liberty Village, for example. That's a very specific niche community as opposed to just saying Toronto, which is kind of broad, even though it's a city in Ontario, which is a province in all of Canada. If you tailor it down just a little bit more, that's an example of a niche community. And a lot of micro creators are really leaning into niche communities, and they often get more engagement and they're trusted more by their people because this community is tight knit, right? And then usually if they get brand deals or something like that, they earn more per follower. And this is just a great lesson in this kind of instance, but also overall, quality always trumps quantity. Always. So just remember that. Next, platform diversification. You're watching my YouTube video right now, or maybe you're watching the short because I'm also on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on YouTube Shorts, I'm on LinkedIn. I'm not really on TikTok. That's a bit of a lie, but I'm still showing up.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
Point is, I don't have all my eggs in one basket. I also have a blog and an email newsletter. It's also the blog version of this video is tagged in the YouTube description because I don't put all my eggs in one basket. Platforms change every day. You don't want to get caught when suddenly there's a blackout or something shuts down. You at least still have a blog or a podcast or a newsletter or your YouTube channel. You don't want to be caught off guard, so it's better to have a safety net, right? Instagram is great for millennials. They're trying to get inspiration, so aesthetic content is great for that, right? LinkedIn is good for professionals. YouTube is great for tutorials and masterclasses and giving people problem-solving information, so how-tos as well. And then you got TikTok for Gen Z entertainment. Blogs is also great for education and for establishing your authority, getting you, found on search engines, of course. And then you have your newsletter, which is also good for establishing your authority, but also nurturing your community. So choose 2 to 3 platforms where your audience actually shows up. Then repurpose your content across them because you're trying to work smarter, not harder, right? Like this YouTube video I just said is going to be a blog post. It's going to be probably like 5 to 10 short form videos that I can post on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, LinkedIn. I am maximizing the shit out of this YouTube video right now, and you should too. Next, social listening. There are a lot of tools that help you keep on top of what people are saying about you. There are billions of people active on social media all the time, and not all of them are paying attention to you, but some of them are. And even if they're not talking about you, they're talking about trends that you could hop on. They're talking about things that are happening in the industry that you can talk about. You want to keep on top of the pulse, the cultural pulse, right? Social listening helps you do that. There are tools like Hey Orca or Sprout Social or Hootsuite that helps you keep on top of comments, brand mentions, so you can respond to people timely, because also quick responses are great. But if there is something that's happening in the industry, you can do a fast response. Like for example, Kim Kardashian's fuzzy underwear to simulate the carpet underneath. A hilarious, I think it was a waxing brand, immediately did a response by creating fake ads and billboards that said, "Don't worry, Kim K, we can take it from here." And amazing advertising in response to something that was happening, not even in their industry, but tangentially, that was connected to their target audience's interest. That is a great example of social listening. So try to use any kind of tools. And if you can't afford tools, you're gonna have to do it manually, which is fine. It just takes time, But when you can do that, people love that kind of stuff. They're talking about it, and those kinds of impressions definitely pay off in the long run. Okay, now real talk. Let's talk about what you can actually skip in 2026, because we don't need to do this. If it's wasting your time and money, let's just bounce, please. Heavy 3D effects everywhere on your website, it's too much. It just slows your website down. It doesn't actually improve conversions. So if you don't need it, don't do it. Chaotic anti-design without structure. Listen, I know that people love the kind of scrapbook Pinterest aesthetic and vibe, but if your grandma can figure out where to click on your website, then you should just nix it. Motion purely for decoration. I've actually had to kind of talk to myself a little bit about this when I was looking at a design for this product that I made. I love the design and I loved all the motion because I kept telling them, make it more dynamic, add more motion, but it doesn't always, help, it needs to keep people's attention on the page, but it doesn't always do that. Like, it could distract. So try not to do too much with your motion, basically. AI generated influencers. Need I say more? Don't do it. It's so weird. Just don't do it, please. And chasing one-off viral hits, again, you do not need to go viral. And if it doesn't work for your business, there's no point in doing it just because it might get you some attention. Because if it's not the right kind of attention that translates to the results that you want, it's not worth your time. Okay, that was it. It was a lot. I know it was a lot. You do not need to do all this at once, okay? I know I gave you a lot of information and you're probably like, Jemilla, brain overload, what the fuck? But you really don't need to do all this at once, okay? Just start with like 2 to 3 things that align with your specific business goals. That could be by optimizing your website speed by just, changing all your image formats to AVIF, or you could just add, 1 video a week or even just a month to your social media marketing strategy. Maybe it's tapping into a niche community that you haven't even considered yet, or maybe it's, implementing social listening tools. The point is, you don't have to be super loud in 2026 to get people's attention and to make money. You just have to be authentic. I believe in you. You got this. If you like this video and found it helpful, please hit that subscribe button. Please tell YouTube that you like my stuff because it will help me in the long run. Thank you. Drop a comment and tell me which trend you plan on implementing first. I read every single one. I am chronically on my phone. It's literally right here. So, jeez, oh my God. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.